Okay, guys, today we're going to learn about similar triangles. In order to learn about similar triangles, you have to learn about similar figures, similar polygons. Similar figures or similar polygons have one definition. Same shape, different size. Same shape, two triangles, different sizes, one bigger than the other one. Two squares, same shape, different sizes, one's bigger than the other one, one's big, one little. So that's what similar means. But we want to do similar triangles, and for similar triangles, you have to satisfy two criteria. And we need to know some definitions in order to satisfy those two criteria. We know what similar means, but we need to know what corresponding means. Corresponding means they are in the same relative position as the other one. So let's look at this triangle right here. We want to see if these sides are corresponding. So we put little marks on there. If you can see, you have a mark here. Let me see if I can write it in red that you can see it. You have a mark here. Well, that doesn't write, so that won't work. Okay, let's try this one. This right here is with this one, that red one. See it? Those match each other. So this side on the left of this small triangle corresponds to this side on the left on this big triangle. Then this one has two, and this one has two. These two on the left, on the right, corresponds to this one on the right. So this line corresponds to this line. And the base, it has three, corresponds to this base. So this bottom line corresponds to this bottom line. Those are corresponding. So corresponding sides are the sides that is in the same relative position on the same figure, on the opposite figure or the other figure, in the same relative position, okay? So now that's corresponding sides. The second thing it has to satisfy for similar triangles is corresponding angles, okay? You have to have corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are this angle, I'm gonna call it angle 1, has to correspond to this angle here, angle 1. And why do these two correspond? Because it's the ones with the one line and the three line, the one line and three line. So these two correspond. Here at the top, this one corresponds to this one. That's the one between the one line and the two line. Then you have this one over here at the bottom right. It corresponds between the two and the three lines. So those are in the relative same positions as well, and they are corresponding angles. Now, remember, your corresponding angles, one, you have to have one corresponding angles. They have to be congruent. And congruent means they have to be equal. So that means if this angle 1 is congruent to this angle, they have to have the same measure. So if this one is 50 degrees, then this one has to be 50 degrees. It has to be, because they have to be congruent. Same thing with the next criteria. It's called corresponding sides. Second criteria, corresponding sides. Corresponding sides have to be proportional. Corresponding sides have to be proportional. What does that mean that the sides have to be proportional? They have to be in the same relative position for one, and when they're proportional, they have to, and when you set it up as a proportion, they have to be in the same place. So if I put measurements in, if I say this is 2, and this is 4, and this is 6, and this is 8, and this is 10, and this is 12, they have to be proportional to each other. They have to change by the same amount. So you have to go and say, this is 2, 6, 10. This is 4, 8, 12. So if I take side from here from 2 to 10, top and bottom, 4 to 12. Are they proportional to each other? Maybe, maybe not. So does this change by 2? 2 to 4, 6 to 8, 10 to 12? Yes, they do. So they are proportional. So you have to be proportional for your size. You have to be corresponding and congruent for your angles. Thank you, guys.